Life does not cooperate with scheduled plans. If it did, nobody would need meditation apps. Stress eating would not be a recognized coping strategy, and Monday mornings would not have that specific energy of everyone quietly wondering how it got bad so fast. So, the question is never whether something difficult is going to arrive today. It is. The only question is what happens in the space between when it arrives and when you respond to it. That space is small, embarrassingly small in most people. The gap between trigger and reaction is so compressed that most people do not even know they have one. Someone says something, and they are already irritated before they have processed what was said. Something goes wrong, and the panic is already running before any rational assessment of the situation has taken place. They are on autopilot, and autopilot is a perfectly good setting for driving a familiar route, but a catastrophic one for navigating a human life. Epictetus said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This man was enslaved. He had less control over his external circumstances than almost anyone reading this will ever experience. And from that position of radical powerlessness, he built a philosophy that has outlasted empires. His entire argument was this: they can control everything outside me. They cannot control what I do with it on the inside. That is mine, always. Your response is yours, always. Even when it does not feel like it, even when someone has pushed exactly the right button in exactly the right sequence, and the emotional response feels completely automatic and completely unavoidable, there is still a space, tiny, requires practice to find it, but it is there. And in that space is the difference between a person who is living their day and a person who is being lived by it. Choosing your response does not mean choosing to feel nothing. It means choosing what you do with what you feel. The frustration can be real, and you can still decide not to fire off the message you will regret by 4 in the afternoon. The anxiety can be genuine, and you can still decide not to let it make the next decision for you. The anger can be completely justified, and you can still decide that right now is not the moment to act from it. That is not suppression. That is the most sophisticated form of power available to a human being. The ability to feel something fully and choose your next move anyway, rather than letting the feeling choose it for you. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." He wrote this while managing an empire, while dealing with wars and plagues and political betrayal, and the daily reality of being responsible for millions of people. He still had to remind himself every single morning that his power was not in controlling what happened. It was in controlling what he did about it. If Marcus Aurelius needed that reminder before running Rome, you are allowed to need it before your Tuesday. Say this one first every morning, before you know what the day contains, before the plan has had a chance to be disrupted, before the difficult person has said the difficult thing. Today, I choose my response, not my circumstances. My response. Say it like you mean it. Because on the days when something genuinely tests it, you are going to need to have already decided. You are stronger than anything this day is going to throw at you. You have already proven that. Every single difficult chapter you survived without permanently falling apart. Every moment you held yourself together when falling apart was the easier option. That strength is not luck. It is you. It has always been you. And it begins fresh every morning the moment you choose your response before the day chooses it for you. Walk into today knowing that. Nothing coming at you today is bigger than the person reading these words right now. Number 2. I am not behind,